In the bottom left, playing as Tenri, we have MVAKM in the reds versus Snake, aka I'mSolidSnaek, playing Sedge up in the blue. And this is once upon a heist, so one of the newer maps in the map pool. It's been around for a little bit of time, but very interesting map. Very large, has a bunch of interesting features like these central hideouts. Because of the terrain layout, they can't actually, you can't just build a thief and capture your opponent's one. But their existence means that you have to, care about like thief on stronghold. You have to care about like thieves grabbing any of these forward central villages. But there's also a large amount of economy on the sides. And there's a lot of pressure, like, you have to use this barge to reinforce to attack, which does make that side a bit weaker offensively. These mountains also prevent knights from coming out there. So the defender has the advantage on this front. And typically what you'll see is like people trying to push down on these sides. But there's a lot of interesting things that can happen. These pre-capped hideouts mean that you have to care about dealing with those. And we've got the first action of the game. Mage runs forward, bonks this sword. There's wagon coming up from MVAKM. So very aggressive play from MVAKM on both fronts. And we're going to see what Snake does. Just retreats, runs back, grabs this village on the way out. And neither of the commanders are actually going to heal. Now we see a knight come out. And now MVAKM bringing their own knight forward. They didn't take damage on their swords here. And oh, we have a thief being built in the center. And nothing really to stop it. Is Snake going to pull back? Or is this village going to go down? Snake. Oh, they didn't get the rolls. Oh no, actually 12 health? Nah, they weren't going to knock that down. Never mind. Still a lot of damage though. Rather unfortunate. Okay. Now MVAKM gets the steal. Gets a nice chunky eco lead. Is threatening their opponent's hideout too. And yeah, it takes 2 turns to get this thief back safely, so there's a nice chunk of eco advantage there. Snake really far behind. They have what, 700 gold this turn to work with. It's a pretty rough amount to be dealing with. Alright, and now knight comes forwards. Harpy's coming into the center as well. And this Harpy's interesting because it can threaten the thief. Although, ooh, that's a nice flagstone top. Oh, but the mountain. And I actually think it's worth sacking a Harpy to kill a thief that has gold. Because that's essentially worth like 1,000. Because it has it's 400, it's stolen 300, and it's going to return 300 as well. Oh, but Tenri just taking a ton of damage here, and she does not have a good place to retreat to, so gonna have to use this wagon to skedaddle. And Snake, despite honestly everything kind of going wrong in the early game, this thief did quite a lot. Ooh, actually the heal on Tenri is pretty good. I had not considered the hideout being an option there. Oh, sacking swords onto this knight? Oh, I guess they just really don't want the mage to go down to the knight. And that actually is a lot of damage for 3 swords, so pretty good play there by MVAKM. I just realized these villages in the corner hadn't been captured. So a bit of missing eco there, but it'd be fine. Okay, now Snake. Just getting a lot of damage. That big heal coming in. Wants to make sure, you know, Sedge doesn't go down to any like commander plus dragon combos. And yeah, like I'm doing a couple quick calcs, and yeah, that's not going to be the end of the world. Although that witch might change things. Is MVAKM? No, they're not going to go for it. I think there was like a potential super high roll lethal there, but MVAKM just playing it safe. Doesn't need to be overly aggressive. Now, finally going to start knocking this hideout down. And yeah, just shifting over to the left. I guess, yeah, they want to deal with this thief before it can return. But Snake has Groove now, which is a big threat. And wow, Tenri is not being active in combat. I think, yeah, so far she's just kind of been bullied back. Hasn't really had a chance to, you know, knock any villages down or kill any swords. So Sedge having Groove a lot sooner than Tenri is a big deal. Because ideally when you fight Sedge, you want to be the one at the advantage. And oh, it doesn't get the knockdown. Probably could have used the mage there and captured with the weak sword, but MVAKM not going for that. Wow, actually goes for the thief steal? Okay, sword comes in. But that's something Sedge could groove. So I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, just sword pressure up on the left. Isn't going to be able to stop that thief from returning though. And now the trade comes out. You know, killing a harpy with your witch, but loses it to a mage. Not the best thing. Oh, nice sadistic rush. And this is going to lead to a sword crit, I believe. Yep, and that is going to lead to another Sedge groove. So the Sedge chain begins. You get some really nice unit trades here, and even knocks down the thief. Oh, that's rough. And yeah, I think Sedge is actually pretty safe right there. There's only really like commander, a couple swords. You know, this dragon's gonna still do some damage. There's no anti-air up here. This golem's gonna do some work, so MVAKM finally knocks down this hideout and captures it. And is starting to put work up on this top left side. It's like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that thief anymore. MVAKM has so much money. Just very, very wealthy right now. Gets the suicide. Are we gonna see? No, nothing too spectacular, but Sedge does take a lot of damage. And oh, the spear actually kills. I don't know if that was intended. Yeah, no, Sedge's just gonna walk back. Heal up. Although he could still die? No, he's fine. It's a little bit scary when you're up against the Tenri, but there isn't quite enough to kill here. So MVAKM. Are they just going to pull back and heal? Probably the wise decision. They have a massive economy lead right now. They just have so much money. And they're just putting a lot of pressure up on stuff left. Oh, they didn't get the knockdown. That's very unfortunate. Okay, what are we gonna see? Mage getting snagged? Yeah. And that's just gonna take some damage? Okay. I do wonder if there could have been a better position to put that mage in, but it keeps the dragon safe, so. Ooh, big heal. Oh, big crit. Dang. That Knight had basically no health when it went in there. And now it's going to lead to a Sedge chain. So, Yeah, Snake just gonna continue to kill more and more units, including the wagon. So yeah, like you compare the grooves so far, like Tenri grabbed a mage which didn't die, and Sedge has killed 5 units so far, I think. It's very much poised to continue killing more. Another harpy comes out. Skipping barracks builds to keep producing units up on this top left. Okay, mage kills a knight. Not every day you see that, but it does happen. Yeah, MVAKM just gonna continue pressing this eco advantage. They have a lot more villages than their opponent. They have all 4 hideouts on the map as well. And I do think it was MVAKM that submitted a match once where they just had so many thieves. And yeah, like Snake has like 700 gold at this turn.
Time to run.
But they do have Sedge Groove, and Sedge Groove is very, very good. And are we going to see a lethal attempt here? They have a lot of sword crit suicides. They have Dragon, and they have Sedge, and oh! MVAKM having a massive lead in terms of economy. Just positions their commander a little bit, I guess out of position would be the way to say it. Goes down to massive pressure on the center, and yeah, Sedge gets the kill. So very well played there by Snake. And yeah, that was really it. Like, MVAKM just had a huge swathe of the map. Big economy, and Snake just really didn't. And we're going to take a look at these charts. But the thing Snake had was positioning, and that is like, you know, the more important thing you could say. Yeah, we're just going to give these a quick refresh. So, I mean, you can look at the army value. Sedge way below the value there. Sedge, of course, being in the green on this chart. And you look at income average, like that difference is staggering. Almost double there. Like MVAKM with like the huge eco lead. Funnily, combat unit count was actually pretty even, so Sedge had a lot of like cheaper units. And you can even see the units dropping at the end. And that was like a couple of those sword suicides coming into play there. And yeah, it's like Snake just played that super well. And you know, of course you can see on this groove chart. I'll go down here. You can see like the difference when Sedge got groove. Like that's what, like a couple turns? Like 3-4 turns difference? And yeah, just having access to Sedge groove that early meant he was able to put on a lot of pressure. So yeah, very well played there by Snake. Just gets Sedge groove up, applies pressure, sees that the enemy commander is in the wrong place, has a few injured units nearby that can go for, you know, sword crit suicides, and those are very, very strong because Sedge, like one of, I guess you could say, like the underappreciated factors about Sedge, and we're going to go back to this other screen actually while I talk about this. So that mage came in, went for the hit, weakened the unit so that Sedge could groove and finish it and get a refresh, and then was able to set up sword crits. So a couple of those weak swords did a lot more damage because of that. Like if those weren't crits, that probably wasn't a kill. So just very, very well played there by Snake, really understanding the strengths of how to play Sedge and get lethals at the end of the game. So yeah, really nicely played. We're going to go into game 2.